Have you ever taken a shower and suddenly felt a little dizzy? Maybe your heart raced, or your legs felt a bit shaky. Now imagine this. Margaret, 76 years old, took her usual morning shower. But 5 minutes in, she collapsed. The reason? A simple mistake millions of older adults unknowingly make every day. Stick around, because what you'll learn today might just protect you or someone you love. Especially number 4. It's something most doctors never even bring up, but it's critically important. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're building a supportive space for living better, stronger, and safer together. Today, we're talking about something we all do without thinking: showering. But did you know that for older adults, certain times of day can make showering far riskier? It might sound surprising, but falls, fainting spells, and even strokes can be triggered by the timing of your shower. The good news? Once you understand the reasons, there are simple steps you can take to stay safe. I'll be sharing real-life stories, practical advice, and even one surprising habit that could be putting your life at risk without you realizing it. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Because the truth is, aging doesn't have to mean vulnerability. It can mean wisdom, awareness, and strength. Let's dive in. Number 1. Morning showers may be too soon after waking. Let's take a closer look at what happened with Margaret, 76, who had always enjoyed starting her day with a hot shower. One morning, just 15 minutes after getting out of bed, she stepped into the shower as usual. But by the time she reached for her shampoo, she felt dizzy, stumbled, and had to brace herself against the wall to avoid falling. She didn't slip, but it was a close call. So, what happened? When you first wake up, your body is still transitioning from sleep mode to full alertness. Blood pressure and heart rate are naturally lower in the early morning, especially right after getting out of bed. It's your body's way of conserving energy during rest. But for older adults, this transition can take longer, especially if you're managing chronic conditions like hypertension, diabetes, or heart disease. Now add a hot shower to the mix. Heat causes your blood vessels to dilate or widen, which further lowers your blood pressure. This effect is even more pronounced in a steamy bathroom. If your blood pressure dips too low, you may feel lightheaded, weak, or even faint. This is known as orthostatic hypotension, and it's surprisingly common among seniors. Here's the real risk. You might feel totally fine at first, but once the heat sets in and your blood begins to shift toward the skin's surface, less blood flows to your brain. That's when dizziness strikes. And in a shower with slippery surfaces and no stable place to land, that's a dangerous combination. You're not alone if you love the routine of a morning shower. It feels energizing, and for many, it's a moment of peace. But it's important to give your body at least 30 to 60 minutes after waking up before stepping into the shower. This gives your cardiovascular system time to stabilize. Use that time to hydrate, stretch, or sit quietly with a light breakfast. These small steps help get your circulation moving and bring your blood pressure up to a safer range. Also, consider the temperature of your shower. Lukewarm is better than very hot. It's gentler on your blood vessels and still gets the job done. Margaret learned to wait a bit longer each morning, and she hasn't felt faint since. But morning isn't the only risky time. Ever felt sluggish or drowsy after lunch? You might want to think twice before hopping in the shower right after eating. Number 2, right after eating can trigger post-meal drops. Let's talk about something that catches many people off guard, feeling weak, dizzy, or even faint after eating a meal. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Food is supposed to give us energy, but for older adults, the body responds differently. And timing a shower too soon after eating can turn into a serious hazard. This was the case for Henry, 80, who used to enjoy a relaxing shower right after lunch every day. One afternoon, after finishing a hearty meal, he stepped into his usual warm shower. About 5 minutes in, he felt lightheaded, then suddenly blacked out. He was fortunate he fell backward onto a bath mat instead of the hard floor. His family rushed him to the doctor, where he learned a surprising term, postprandial hypotension. So, what exactly is that? Postprandial refers to the period after eating. Hypotension means low blood pressure. In older adults, especially those with diabetes, Parkinson's, or blood pressure medications, the body struggles to balance blood flow after a meal. When you eat, your digestive system requires extra blood to help break down food. To meet this demand, your body redirects blood from other areas like the brain and limbs to the gut. Now, here's where it becomes risky. If your blood vessels don't compensate fast enough by tightening up, your overall blood pressure drops. This leads to feelings of fatigue, dizziness, or fainting, even if you're just sitting down. Add a hot shower to that mix, and you've got a double dip in blood pressure, one from digestion and another from the heat-induced vessel dilation. It's like stacking two waves on top of each other. Individually, they might be manageable, but together, they can knock you off your feet, literally. To protect yourself, wait at least 60 minutes after eating before showering. If you've had a larger meal, or notice feeling especially sluggish after eating, give it even more time. And when you do shower, keep the temperature comfortably warm, not overly hot. Henry's new routine? He now enjoys a light walk after lunch, drinks a glass of water, and waits a while before his shower. Not only has he avoided further episodes, he says he feels steadier and more refreshed throughout the afternoon. But waiting isn't always enough. Sometimes the most dangerous part of showering isn't the timing at all, but what's lurking inside your bathroom itself. Number 3, the bathroom itself is a hazardous zone. We often think of the bathroom as a place of privacy and routine, but for older adults, it's also one of the most dangerous rooms in the house. According to the CDC, over 230,000 people visit emergency rooms each year due to bathroom-related injuries, and more than 2/3 of those incidents happen in the shower or bathtub. Why? Let's break it down. First, you have hard surfaces everywhere, ceramic tiles, porcelain, metal fixtures. A simple slip doesn't just mean a bruise. It could mean a broken hip, concussion, or even a traumatic brain injury. Recovery from these injuries is often longer and more complicated as we age. Then there's water and steam, which quickly make those surfaces slippery and reduce visibility. Fogged-up mirrors and steamy air can disorient you, especially if you wear glasses or already struggle with balance. But the risk goes beyond slipping. For individuals with heart conditions, circulation problems, or breathing issues, just standing too long in a hot, humid shower can place stress on the cardiovascular and respiratory systems. The combination of warm water, enclosed space, and poor airflow can cause your blood pressure to drop or your heart rate to spike, leading to dizziness, breathlessness, or even fainting. Take Louise, age 79. She always felt safe in her home, but one morning, while reaching for the shampoo, she lost her footing. The water made the tub floor slick, and there were no grab bars to catch. She ended up fracturing her wrist. "I never thought it would happen to me," she said. "I'd been showering the same way for decades." The truth is, even long-standing routines can become risky as our bodies change. So, what can you do? Start with simple safety upgrades. A non-slip shower mat can drastically reduce fall risk. Grab bars both inside and just outside the shower give you something sturdy to hold onto when stepping in or out. Shower seats let you bathe comfortably without the strain of standing. Also, make sure your bathroom is well lit and has good ventilation. A clear, dry floor and fog-free mirrors can make a big difference. Remember, these tools aren't signs of weakness, they're signs of wisdom. They help you stay independent, safe, and confident in your own space. Still with me? Good, because the next one is rarely talked about, but it might just be the most dangerous time of all to shower. Number 4, showering late at night can interfere with your heart and sleep. A warm shower before bed often feels like the perfect way to unwind. Many people find it comforting, a signal that the day is done. But for older adults, especially those with heart conditions or sleep difficulties, showering too close to bedtime can do more harm than good. Let's start with your internal clock, your circadian rhythm. This natural system tells your body when to be alert and when to wind down. One of its key signals? Your body temperature. As evening approaches, your core temperature naturally begins to drop, telling your brain it's time to get sleepy. But when you take a warm or hot shower late in the evening, you raise your core body temperature just when it should be cooling down. That throws your internal clock off balance. As a result, you might feel wide awake when you were hoping to drift off, or you may wake up in the middle of the night feeling hot or restless. This disruption can be especially problematic for people who already struggle with insomnia, anxiety, or fragmented sleep, a common challenge for many seniors. And there's another layer, your heart. During a warm shower, your blood vessels expand to help release heat. This causes a temporary drop in blood pressure, which your heart compensates for by beating slightly faster. During the day, this isn't usually a problem. But at night, when your body is supposed to be winding down, this sudden cardiovascular stimulation can lead to heart palpitations, lightheadedness, or an unsettled feeling in your chest. Now imagine this happening while you're on blood pressure medications or blood thinners, which are already affecting how your body regulates circulation. In this case, the combination of late-night heat exposure and medication can place unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of dizziness, arrhythmias, or even fainting, particularly when stepping out of a warm shower into a cooler room. So, what's the safer choice? Try showering 1.5 to 2 hours before bed. This timing still lets you enjoy the relaxing effects of warm water, but gives your body enough time to cool down naturally. That gradual cooling actually promotes deeper sleep and supports your natural rhythm. And if you prefer a nighttime routine, keep the water temperature lukewarm rather than hot, and avoid staying in too long. But your routine isn't the only thing that matters. Did you know your medications might be silently increasing your risk during showers? Let's explore how. Number 5. Medications that lower blood pressure can increase risk. If you're taking medication for high blood pressure, heart conditions, anxiety, or sleep, you're in good company. Millions of older adults rely on these prescriptions every day to manage chronic health conditions. But what many people don't realize is that some of these medications can quietly increase your risk in the shower, especially when combined with heat and standing movements. Here's why. Certain medications cause something called vasodilation. They help your blood vessels relax and widen, which is how they lower your blood pressure. That's great for your heart, but when you step into a warm or hot shower, that effect is magnified. The heat causes your vessels to expand even more, lowering your blood pressure further. This can leave you feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or suddenly weak, especially when you go from sitting to standing. This condition is known as orthostatic hypotension, which simply means your blood pressure drops when you stand up. It can sneak up on you, making a routine shower feel like walking on a tightrope. Take Janet, 72. She started using a shower bench after a fall, thinking she had all her bases covered. But every time she stood up afterward, she felt woozy and had to grip the sink to steady herself. It wasn't until she talked to her doctor that she learned her morning blood pressure medication was peaking right around the time she showered. A simple adjustment to her medication timing and being more cautious about shower temperature completely resolved the issue. And it's not just blood pressure meds. Certain antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, and sleep aids can also have similar effects on circulation and balance. When mixed with a hot shower, the risk compounds. That's why it's essential to ask your doctor or pharmacist if any of your medications increase the risk of orthostatic hypotension or interfere with your body's ability to regulate blood pressure. They might suggest adjusting the timing of your dose, switching medications, or adding safety strategies to your routine, like sitting down while drying off or using grab bars to avoid sudden movements. Medication management isn't just about remembering to take your pills, it's about understanding how they interact with your daily life, including something as ordinary as a shower. Now that we've uncovered the hidden risks, it's time to shift gears and talk solutions. Here's a simple, powerful checklist you can start using today to make every shower safer and stress-free. Let's quickly go over what we learned. 1. Morning showers can be risky. Wait 30 to 60 minutes after waking. 2. Avoid showering right after meals. 3. Make your bathroom safer with simple tools. 4. Skip late-night showers to protect your sleep and heart. 5. Watch your medications. Timing matters more than you might think. You're not fragile, you're informed, and that makes all the difference. Taking these steps doesn't just reduce risk, it gives you more freedom, more confidence, and more peace of mind. Aging is not about giving things up, it's about doing them smarter, and every choice you make is a step towards safer, stronger living. Thanks for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode helped you feel more empowered and informed. If you found this helpful, give it a like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a scare in the shower? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. You're not alone here.